Welcome to Los Chavales channel. Today we're analyzing 2006-2007 Champions League group match between Bayern Munich and Inter. Bayern lined up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Goalkeeper is Kahn, the four-back line are Sanyol, Lucio, Van Bouten and Lahm. Two defensive midfielders are Van Bommel and Ottel. Right winger is Salihamidzic, attacking midfielder is Pizarro, and left winger is Schweinsteiger. Central striker is Makaay. Inter is using 4-4-2 formation. Goalkeeper is Toldo, the four-back line are Maiken, Andreoli, Samuel and Maxwell. Four midfielders are Figo, Vieira, Zanetti and Solari. At the front there are Gonzalez and Ibrahimovic. When Van Bouten started the play, Schweinsteiger moved to the half space to find an open space to receive the ball. At the same time, Makaay shifted over toward the left side to help. By moving this way, the two players create new passing options and pull defenders out of position, making it easier for Bayern to move the ball up the pitch. As Van Bouten tries to pass the ball to Ottel in the middle, however, Vieira stays right next to Ottel, marking him closely so he doesn't have any room to move. By sticking so close, Vieira makes it very difficult for Ottel to receive the pass, turn around and play the ball toward the attackers. When Lucio starts the play, Salihamidzic moved from the right to the middle to find an open space for a pass. This allows Sanyol to run forward into the empty space along the sideline to help the attack. At the same time, Makaay, or sometimes Pizarro, shift over to the right side to create more passing options. Sometimes Lucio switches to the left. When this happens, Schweinsteiger moved to the half space to pull defenders away, which opens a clear path for Lahm to run forward into that empty space. At the same time, Pizarro also shifts over to the left to give his teammate another person to pass to. When Lahm passes the ball to Schweinsteiger on the left, Pizarro moves over to that same side to offer support. Meanwhile, Makaay lifts his spot up front and drops into a deeper midfield position to pick up the ball. By switching places like this, the Bayern players create confusion for Inter defense, as the defenders have to decide whether to stay in their position or follow the players moving into the new areas. If Schweinsteiger has already moved to the half space, Lahm passes the ball wide to Makaay, who has shifted over to the left to find space, because Makaay left his spot to receive the pass. Pizarro quickly moved forward to take over. This rotation means the players are constantly swapping roles, which keeps the Inter Milan defenders confused about who they should be guarding. Sometimes, Makaay moves to the right to pick up a pass from Sanyol. Then he will pass it to Salihamidzic. After that, Sanyol runs inside to the half space rather than staying out wide. This clever swap creates a rotation that pulls the Inter Milan defense out of their usual spots. When Sanyol gets the ball higher up the pitch, Salihamidzic stays way out to pull the defenders apart. When Inter Milan starts an attack from the back, Vieira is the main person who looks for the ball, acting like a quarterback for the team. He moves into open spaces and signals to his defenders that he is ready to receive a pass. Once he gets the ball, he stays calm and distributes it by passing it to the wings, either to the left side or the right side, to get the team moving forward. By doing this, he controls the rhythm of the game and decides which direction the attack should go. When Vieira passes the ball to Figo on the right, creating a line of four attackers to pressure Bayern's defense, Figo can then pass the ball back to Maiken, who runs higher up the pitch to join the attack. Alternatively, Figo might move to the half space to get the ball from Vieira. When he does this, Maiken pushes high up the wing, while Ibrahimovic shifts towards the right to help out. These movements ensure that there is always someone out wide and someone in the middle, forcing Bayern's defenders to constantly switch who they are guarding. If Vieira isn't available, Zanetti takes charge and starts the attack from the back himself. When Zanetti has the ball, the winger Gonzalez drops back to find space and asks for a pass. As Gonzalez moves away from the front line, Ibrahimovic quickly shifts over to fill the empty spot Gonzalez left behind. This rotation ensures that even when a midfielder moves back to help, there's still an attacker up front to keep the Bayern Munich defenders busy. When Zanetti switches the ball to Figo on the right side, Maiken sprints forward into the half space, which is the dangerous gap between the wing and the center of the pitch. When When Figo is being closely guarded by Lam, he smartly moves away from the sideline into the middle of the pitch to drag Lam with him. This movement clears the path on the wing, allowing Makaay to sprint forward into that wide open space. Just like Figo on the right, Solari would also move from his wing into the half space to get closer to Ibrahimovic. Once they were near each other, they would perform short passing option. In the second half, Inter Milan decided to change their striker by taking Ibrahimovic off the field and bringing on Crespo as his replacement. When the Bayern goalkeeper starts to play, the team stretches out into a 4-2-4 shape, putting 4 players high up the field to pressure Inter's defense. Once the ball is passed into the middle to Pizarro, he quickly kicks it across to Salihamidzic on the right. By switching the play like this, Bayern moves the ball from a crowded area to an open one. When the ball is with Sanyol on the right, he works together with Ottel and Salihamidzic to move the ball using triangle passing. Because they have 3 different points to pass to, it makes it very hard for an Inter defender to steal the ball, as there's always an open teammate ready to receive the next pass. When Van Bommel has the ball into the midfield, he passes it out wide to the left to Lam. As soon as Lam receives it, he quickly hits a through ball for Schweinsteiger to run onto. This quick sequence of passes allowing Schweinsteiger to get behind the Inter defense and start a dangerous attack near the goal. Bayern's first goal started with Lam and Ottel quickly winning the ball back and moving it forward to catch Inter's defense off guard. Ottel played a sharp through pass to Makaay, who immediately tapped it over to Salihamidzic to keep the speed of the attack going. Salihamidzic then chipped a clever lob pass back over the defenders into open space, allowing Makaay to sprint past the defenders and kick the ball into the net. When Inter Milan move forward, Maxwell passes the ball to Solari on the left wing and immediately sprints toward half space to offer a new passing option. At the exact same time, Gonzalez runs from the center toward the left to take up the wide position. When Andreoli passes the ball out to Makaay on the right, Figo moves inside to the middle to receive the ball, while the 2 strikers, Crespo and Gonzalez, split up to cause chaos. Crespo runs right between the 2 Bayern central defenders to keep them busy, while Gonzalez sprints behind the entire defensive line into open space. Figo quickly passes the ball to Crespo, who then taps a through ball past the defenders for Gonzalez to chase. Maxwell passes the ball to Gonzalez, who moves into half space to get the ball, while Maxwell also runs forward. Gonzalez then passes wide to Solari, who dribbles back toward the center, while Gonzalez plays with him by moving out to the wing. This confusing switch allows Solari to pass the ball back to Gonzalez, who is now open to dribble inside and send a high lob cross over the defenders. The ball flies into the penalty area for Crespo. Inter Milan replaced Figo with Recoba and swapped Solari for Grosso, while Bayern Munich took off their goal scorer, Makaay, for Santa Cruz and replaced Salihamidzic with Daisler. Van Bouten moves forward into the midfield, while the midfielder Van Bommel drops back to cover his spot in the defense. When Van Bouten has the ball in the midfield, Daisler moves into the central gap to receive a pass, while Sanyol sprints forward along the wing. Once Daisler gets the ball and quickly passes it wide to Sanyol, it puts Inter's defense in a very dangerous 4 versus 4 situation, leaving no extra teammates to help out. In an alternative attack, Bayern's 2 strikers, Santa Cruz and Pizarro, split apart to the left and right side of the field, while Daisler moves into the center to act as a bridge. Van Bouten passes the ball to Daisler and quickly gets it back in a 1-2 move, before passing it over to Pizarro on the right. Pizarro finds himself with enough space to immediately kick the ball toward the goal. Inter Milan Equalizer began with a simple throw-in to Recoba, who played a quick 1-2 pass with Makaay to get past his marker. Recoba then slipped a smart through ball to Grosso, who sprinted behind 2 Bayern defenders. Grosso fired a shot that was blocked by the goalkeeper Kahn, but the ball bounced loose across the face of the goal. Vieira was waiting at the far post and easily tapped the ball into the net to level the score.
Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.